Tonight, a former State of Origin star walks free on bail after domestic violence charges. See the moment 16s are rescued after spending a night lost on a hinterland mountaintop. Why coast homeowners are facing a council rate hike. Fuel prices skyrocket to an eye-watering $3, the local suburbs to avoid. And cooking up confidence. Meet the men who call themselves old dogs, learning new tricks.
Live from 50 Carroll Avenue, Surfers Paradise, this is 9 Gold Coast News with Paul Taylor.
Good evening. Former State of Origin star Chris Walker has been granted bail on a string of domestic violence charges. Southport Court today hearing he was affected by drugs when he allegedly led police on a bizarre chase across Currumbin.
A man who has proudly donned the jersey for the Titans, Broncos and even our state. But today, Chris Walker sat quietly inside a courtroom wearing only prison greens. The former NRL star was arrested in his Currumbin Waters neighbourhood on Saturday following an alleged domestic dispute at his home. When police arrived, they say he took off. Officers eventually finding him under a pontoon, allegedly high on drugs, claiming he was going for a swim.
Police have charged a 46-year-old Currumbin Waters man with several domestic violence offences.
The 46-year-old's rap sheet includes 3 counts of common assault, stalking, intimidation and willful damage. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. He's concerned for everyone, but he's doing well.
Walker's business partner today supporting him in court. Were you aware of these offences? What did he say to you?
So, no comment.
His lawyer revealing in court the former State of Origin player struggles with alcoholism, saying particularly in the last 2 weeks he fell off the wagon after years of sobriety. In 2021 he completed the walk of a lifetime, hiking from Cairns to the Gold Coast in the name of charity.
We've got a walk to do. I've got 30 Ks today.
Raising money for Rise Up, an organisation preventing domestic violence. The court hearing his alleged victims believe they're only safe if he was to remain in custody. Now, just moments ago, the former NRL great Chris Walker did leave the watch house with his lawyer close by his side. He was greeted by an absolute media frenzy. Take a listen. Chris, will you be fighting these charges? Do you have anything to say? Now, he's under some pretty strict bail conditions, including the fact that he must attend a rehab facility outside of the Gold Coast. He's not allowed to make contact with any of the alleged victims, and he must undergo regular drug and alcohol testing. Paul?
Giselle, thank you. Just one day after a fatal hiking accident on the Sunshine Coast, a group of teenage hikers have found themselves in trouble on the Gold Coast. The 6 young men forced to wait on a mountaintop overnight to be rescued.
Hoisted to this awaiting helicopter from an isolated ridge. It's been a long night for this troop of teenage hikers. Trapped on Mount Barney in the Gold Coast's scenic rim. Police told of this predicament around 5 p.m. yesterday. The 6 young men aged between 18 and 19 weren't injured, but they were stranded at the summit. Officers speaking with the teens throughout the night till this morning when finally a rescue chopper could head out. First lifting them one by one, then 2 by 2 until the whole group was back on safe ground. A hiking mishap with a happy ending. It was only yesterday a woman was tragically killed and her partner critically injured after falling down a cliff face at Mount Beerwah, north of Brisbane, both just 18 years old. Lily Greer, 9 Gold Coast News.
A 5th member of the Iranian women's soccer teams abandoned her asylum bid. Let's go live to Bella Schwarzenegger. And Bella, the team captain left the country last night.
She has joined 2 other players and a team official who also changed their minds on Saturday night. Now, it's being reported that this decision was made after threats were being made against their families. Now, the Iranian soccer team have been labelled as wartime criminals after they failed to sing the national anthem at the Women's Asian World Cup at Seabus Super Stadium. Their return home is now likely to become Iranian propaganda, claiming that these women are coming back as a gesture of patriotism.
Because the regime has made their return out to be a great gesture of patriotism on their part, and almost kind of made them out to be heroes, despite their trashing that the state media mouthpieces heaped upon the women after they refused to sing the national anthem in the first match that they played. It does mean that it's harder for the regime now to turn around and mistreat the women.
Now, there are grave fears for these women who are returning back to a war-torn country. Paul, 2 team members remain here in Australia.
Thank you for the update very much indeed, Bella. Gold Coast drivers are feeling the pinch at the pump, with one Yatala servo spotted selling diesel for just over $3 a litre. The higher price meaning it'll cost more than $240 to fill an 80-litre tank.
We're currently in discussions with the Queensland Government about price regulation and what that model could look like.
The average price on the Gold Coast at the moment is $2.66 for diesel and unleaded $2.29 a litre. Gold Coasters face a potential rates hike after its surge in land valuations. The Mayor says he's looking at ways to reduce the impact. Katrina Zaffa reports.
With the cost of living crisis, every cent counts, and householders need to know what their major bills are going to look like, especially the rates. In the last 2 years, we've seen a surge in land valuations, anywhere from 23% to nearly 40%. Our northern suburbs, like Ormeau Hills, up 38.8%. Surfers Paradise increased by 35.5%, and on the southern Gold Coast, Balinga is up 35%. Now, the Mayor says he wants to try to minimise the impact on ratepayers.
My target at the moment, the rates will stay at CPI or less. I don't have an intention to increase rates beyond that. So that's my target. And what I want to keep to maintain is the early payment of the 10% discount to remain. If that gets removed, that's a rate increase by stealth, and I don't want to do that either.
The Mayor says he'll be asking the city's CEO, Tim Baker, to use a minimising factor when calculating the rates, keeping them closer to status quo. Council will bring down the city's budget in June, setting the price for rates, ahead of payment in July.
Snakes are on the move. The deadly backyard visitors keeping snake catchers on their toes. Mayor Tom Tate's bold plan to fund the new Gold Coast Arena. And the luxury 5-star service changing Gold Coast apartment living. The Mayor says Council will look to lease off land assets to help offset the cost of the Gold Coast Arena. He made the bombshell claim today when introducing the winning consortium.
Surplus land that we have that we're not utilising, and asset transfer that and have the equity transfer into this project.
We will build, deliver, fund, finance and operate the venue over the agreed concession term, and at the end of that concession term, the asset and the land will return to the council.
That concession term could range between 30 and 50 years. Seating capacity for the stadium's yet to be finalised. Council expect to break ground in the first half of next year, with completion by 2030. Well, they're on the move. Prolonged heat and humidity is creating the perfect environment for snakes. Katrina Zaffa has more.
Well, snake season is still upon us. Mark, why are they still so prevalent?
Snakes are on the Gold Coast all year round, but what they're doing right now is they're getting themselves ready for the winter. A lot of people think snakes go into hibernation. They don't. They just slow right down in the winter time, and this is where they're going to be in your roofs. In the past, we've caught up to 9 snakes in one roof. So
is that what you're finding now?
That's right. Snakes are on the Gold Coast all year round. Biggest issue we're having is habitat loss. All the habitat's been cleared. Koalas, even snakes are going, where's my home? Where am I going to go? Straight in the roof, straight into people's properties.
Is that their favourite spot, the roof? Well, we seem to find them in lots of places.
We get a lot of pythons, brown tree snakes in roofs. This is where roof inspections are great. Keep your vegetation low, keep your branches away from your roofs. The main species of snake we get are pythons, common green tree snakes, sometimes in cars, Keelbacks, non-venomous, are the only snake in Australia that can eat and consume cane toad. We get red-bellied black snakes, yellow-faced whip snakes, and then eastern brown, second most venomous snake in the world. When September hits, bang, that's when breeding season comes on, that's when they eat again, then the fun starts all over again for us.
Mark, thank you very much.
Absolutely not a problem.
And if you do find a snake in your yard or in your house, be sensible and call the professionals.
Great advice. Luxury apartment living is reaching new heights. Developers now offering unique services typically only found in five-star resorts. Bella Schwarzenegger has the details.
Well, it's all about lifestyle here on the Gold Coast, and developers are doing what they can to give residents the best. Adrian Parsons joined me now. Adrian, what are developers offering to these residents?
Well, you know, the Gold Coast has become the lifestyle capital of Australia, and when people are buying apartments, particularly on the beachfront on the Gold Coast, they're looking for so much more than just the apartment. These beautiful new buildings are becoming a whole lifestyle ecosystem in themselves. So the concierge has a big part to play in that ecosystem, maybe booking events, transfers, dry cleaning, restaurant bookings, theatre bookings, all those type of things that help. It's almost like a private butler.
So it really is like a five-star resort.
It's like a six-star resort, a six-star lifestyle.
Yep. And are home buyers responding well to this?
Yes, a lot of buyers really like that, particularly the buyers coming from interstate, where they know that their property is being looked after when they're not here. They might be arriving late from Sydney, they want some groceries put into their apartment, the apartment cleaned, even dog walking arranged. So yes, it's the new way of living that we're seeing on the Gold Coast. We see it across the US, across certain parts of Asia, where that very much attention to detail in service offering is highly regarded.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Bella.
Speaking of dog walking, who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Inside the Gold Coast kitchen, where blokes are carving up with confidence. And Bronte's in sport, and the Titans have got their fingers crossed about a big signing, a big inclusion.
Yes, a huge inclusion. Jayden Campbell's return from injury could not come soon enough, PT, as Gold Coast suffer a tough loss. When will the halfback be back on the pitch? We'll have that injury update shortly. And Damien Hardwick has some firm words for one of his players. The return of Jayden Campbell couldn't come soon enough for the Titans, lacking polish and wasting a 14-0 lead over the Dolphins. The injured halfback is expected to make the trip to Townsville this weekend as Gold Coast look to dodge a third straight loss to start the season.
But Josh Hannay doesn't accept participation trophies.
We're in the business of winning, mate, not competing hard, and so it wasn't good enough.
The Titans up 8-0 at half-time before Cooper Bye delivered his first four-pointer at the top level.
Trending, and those who adapt the quickest win.
Yeah, just this is football, and this is what we're learning as a young group, is that we've got to keep standing up and keep getting better.
Jayden Campbell is due to return from a hamstring strain against the Cowboys. Meanwhile, in the Queensland Cup, the Burleigh Bears have been left to rue their own second-half slip, squandering a 22-point lead at half-time to draw 28-all with South's Logan.
Second half syndrome seems to have made its way into every Gold Coast side this weekend, but the Suns managed to overcome it, claiming a 59-point win over West Coast despite a performance that the coach has labelled below average.
A first-term hat-trick for Christian Petrarca, the Suns' missing piece now firmly in place.
Jimby, but Petrarca, he'll pluck them and then kick them from anywhere.
Taking a 62-point lead into the main break, Gold Coast poised to deliver a cricket score, but instead took their foot off the gas.
It was a great first half and a below-average second half. Anytime you walk away a 10-goal victory versus any AFL opposition is always a good day at the office.
Gold Coast banking their second win of the season, 131-72. 12 Suns kicked goals, Ben King collected 4. But down back, Mac Andrew was in hot water with the coach, giving away 3 free kicks and a costly 50-metre penalty.
Well, they're volatile characters and that's what makes them great. But at times he's got to, like me, pull his head in.
A different kind of 50 for Damien Hardwick, trying to celebrate a milestone match as Suns coach, but he still can't decide on the forward-line mix that he hopes will deliver his 4th premiership.
I always tend to begin with the end in mind, but it keeps changing at the moment.
Jamara Ugle-Hagan kicking 2 and Jed Walter with 4 in strong VFL outings this week against Palm Beach for the inaugural Jacko Graham medal in honour of Sunsford, Will Graham's late brother.
And that is Jack Exel who took home that award, PT. Very well deserved for Palm Beach.
Yeah, great award too. Thank you for that, Bronte. Cheers. Well, move over culinary queens for the culinary kings. Meet the Rabina mates proving it's never too late to learn new tricks.
In a dry start to the working week, but unfortunately showers set to move in again towards the end of the week. All the details in your forecast up next.
Gold Coaster John Brew is ignoring the saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's formed a group teaching men of a certain age that it's never too late to learn to cook. John Brew heads up MKA. What's that stand for, John?
It's a Men's Kitchen Association.
And what do you do?
Learn how to cook.
Well, surely you know how to cook.
Well, having had 2 wives, both who have died, I suddenly found I had no culinary skills whatsoever. And I think a lot of fellas just don't look after themselves. They get into their older years, no wife and family around them, and they don't eat properly.
Have you found that the camaraderie is just as important as the cooking
Oh, absolutely.
skills?
That's the glue that keeps the organisation going. So the guys cook the meal under instruction and then sit down and eat it together, and that's where the get together, the yarns come out.
What have you mastered?
I wouldn't say anything, but I do have a girlfriend, and so I subject her to testing what goes on. She hasn't died yet, so...
So if there's a fella that wants to get involved in this, how does he do it?
We invite him down here. His first exercise with us doesn't cost him anything. But after that, we ask fellas to pay for the food that's consumed. But the point is, we do care about older men. Hey guys, there's help with your nutrition, which is what it's all about. So for good health, long life, and happy boys.
Bon appetit.
Yes, absolutely.
Some pretty tasty stuff served up. OK, here's Melissa and Joel now with what is coming up next.
Thanks, Paul. Coming up in just a few minutes, interest rates pain, why a hike is on the cards tomorrow.
Fuel crisis deepens, but Australia refuses to join US effort to protect oil tankers.
Former NRL star Chris Walker fronts a Gold Coast court.
6 stranded teenagers survive a Mount Barney hiking mishap, hoisted to safety.
There's a new weather watch as a tropical low builds off the Queensland coast.
Finding rule-breaking cyclists. The police crack down on speeding.
Plus all the Oscars action from Hollywood's star-studded night.
All of those stories, plus the rest of the day's breaking news, coming up shortly after your local weather. See you soon.
Let's take a look at that full weather forecast now with Mr. Garry Youngberry. And my part of town was pretty good start to the day, Gaz.
Oh, it was, PT. There was nice blue sky about early this morning. We did get a bit of cloud in the afternoon, partly cloudy skies this evening as well, but little to no rainfall. It was wrapped up relatively mild temperatures as well. Let's have a look at the coast cam from this morning. We did have a thin layer of cloud on the horizon. Now, that delayed sunrise momentarily. That was at 5:50 this morning. Sunset just a couple of minutes away, officially 2 minutes past 6. Let's have a look at temperatures and a mild morning turned into a warm day. They were about 1 degree below the March average, 28 in Coomera and Coolangatta, 27 for Burleigh and Southport. Right now it's 24 degrees and the humidity at 70%. The weather map tomorrow, a monsoon trough and tropical moisture spreading all the way down through the interior of the country and right through to the southeastern corner from the northwest or northeast of WA. The heaviest falls though will be in South Australia. Tomorrow for the Goldie, early fog for the hinterland, but a partly cloudy day. High 27 degrees. Your 7-day outlook, well, partly cloudy Wednesday and 27. That's when we start to see things turning later on Wednesday. Showers returning for Thursday. A couple of showers Friday and Saturday, increasing for Sunday. Our beaches tomorrow, not a bad day today. It should be nice around the open beaches tomorrow. Favourable for a swim. Look, the waves around 2 foot, a couple of 3-footers on the sets around the beach breaks. Should be clean enough despite that light onshore breeze. degrees. Tomorrow, offshore, easterlies 10 to 15 knots. The sea's below a metre. The swell a bit bigger further offshore at 1 to 1.5 metres. First tide in the morning, that will be a high tide. That's at 9:30 and around 1.4 metres. So not a bad day again tomorrow, PT, but some more wet weather towards the end of the week again.
Righto, Gaz, we've been warned at least, that's for sure. Thank you very much. Well, we've opened the batting for the working week. Monday's done. We look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow at 5:30. If you've got something we should know about, contact us, maybe via Facebook. In the meantime, here's Melissa and Joel. Good night.